Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So this video is one that I wanted to get up before the Sephora sale. I usually like to get this up between 1 or 2 weeks prior to the sale because I know everybody's planning out their carts and that people want to be ready for this fall, Sephora sale that happens every year. So there's a couple of things I'm gonna mention here that I absolutely love. However, I will tell you which items I feel you can get a better deal during Black Friday. If there's anything that I mention here, because I'm not subscribed to every single website, so if any of you know and you are subscribed to certain brands via their direct website and you know they offer better deals through their website, please leave a comment down below, let us all know. And I just feel like I always like to get you guys the best deal. You know, don't waste money on the Sephora sale event unless that's the most percentage you're ever gonna get off of that particular product. And honestly, I really only find this worth it if you are a Rouge member, because you get 20% off. And so there are certain brands here that I've really never seen for 20% off. It's usually like luxury brands. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. The first thing I want to talk about is Summer Fridays. I really love this lip butter balm. I'm actually wearing birthday cake today because it's my birthday, so I found it to be very appropriate. I'm actually almost done with this. I feel like this is probably gonna be part of my empties for the month of October. It smells like vanilla birthday cake. They did a really good job. It's basically a light pink with gold shimmers. Very nice color. But for the holidays, they took out iced coffee, which was their limited edition scent last year, and people went cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. The color is very nice. It is a light brown. However, if you own vanilla beige, then I feel like the colors are very close together, and so pick and choose. I mean, vanilla beige is part of their core line, and I don't know, who doesn't want to have iced coffee? Keep in mind, this scent, this iced coffee scent, smells like a caramel frappuccino from Starbucks. It is a very sweet caramel scent. That's what it smells like to me, with a hint of coffee. And I was really hoping for this to have like an actual like coffee ground scent, kind of like that Cafe Dictique candle that came out this year that was limited edition. Why are all the good stuff limited edition? That really makes me upset. Anybody else? I really love these. Doesn't sink into fine lines. The colors are nice, light pigmentation, so know what you're getting yourself into. It does not run. It actually does a really good job at moisturizing your lips for a really long time. I think it's fairly priced, so if you can get 20% off of this, I think it's like a really good deal. But all of the ones that I've tried, I think I've tried like about 6 different ones. I've tried burnt sugar, or brown sugar, I think it is, or burnt sugar, vanilla beige, iced coffee, and birthday cake. I don't have any complaints with these. The hype is real. They're that good. So just, if you can get 20% off, pick a scent, try one out, you know. Speaking of lip products, the Laneige lip glowing balm that comes in this squeezable vessel, yes, okay, yes, I prefer the squeezable over the tub, but this blueberry one, if you're a millennial, this smells so good. You know what this reminds me of? This is a new scent they came out with this year, this blueberry one. However, the difference between the Summer Fridays is I feel like the Summer Fridays is a lot more pigmented. It's gonna give you a lot more color. The Laneige ones are basically clear. However, this is just as moisturizing. So if you're looking for like a clear, you don't want any kind of shimmer, you don't want any kind of pizzazz, you want like a good, just like lip balm, lip mask for your lips, Laneige is where it is. This blueberry scent reminds me of when I was a kid. I used to have Trolls, like the actual toys, Trolls. You know, I know now that it's a movie and the whole thing, but I used to collect the little trolls, and their hair was scented depending on the color that it was. And there was a blueberry one, and that's what this smells like. So highly recommend these. These are good. Just because this is in a squeezy tube and like the other ones in a pot, they work the same. So really love this. Highly recommend. And let's talk about the In Beauty Project lip oils. I have hinted, well, not hinted, I've been more than subtle in letting you guys know that these, I think, are a dupe for the Dior lip oils. However, these are scented. It is a clean beauty brand. The scent doesn't linger, but if you're somebody who doesn't like scent, then you're not gonna like these, because when you first, you know, apply it, they are scented. However, I think they did an amazing job at curating these scents. Like, they actually smell like what their names are. Like, for example, this one is Candy Apple, and I'm almost done with it. This may be Project Pan for October. We'll see. Candy Apple. I don't know if like chocolate stores exist where you live, but here we have several of them, and a lot of them make caramel apples, chocolate dipped apples, candy dipped apples. This smells exactly like the scent that comes out of that place when they're dipping those apples in that candy coated thing. It's amazing. The doe foot is the exact same as the one from Dior. It's that large doe foot applicator. These have, I find, to be the same color pigmentation as the Dior ones, with the exception of darker shades. So you can see that Candy Apple as well as Vanilla Mint have this kind of clear consistency to them. Let me just swatch them for you. Ooh. See, it has like a kind of clear situation. However, if you move on to more opaque and creamy shades like Cinnabon and Merlot, you will find that they are a lot more pigmented. So this is Cinnabon, and you can see that there's a lot more opaqueness there. And there's Merlot. Like I said, they smell fabulous. And this set I got last year during the holidays, and they released the same exact set this year for the holidays. So you can actually get all 4 scents that are already discounted within their set, and then you can tack on that 20% off. I think that's the best deal you're gonna get. Now, if you want something that is, this is not unscented. This has a very faint, subtle scent. It says it's a smell of cherry oil, but that's not what it smells like to me. It smells very faint, but just like slightly medicinal almost to me. But this is my favorite lip oil shade from Dior, and it is the color Berry. You guys know I love me a good purple lipstick, purple blush. You guys already know. But I just love, this is the perfect purple without it being too purple. Like I said, these lip oils do not sink into fine lines. They don't run. They last forever. They're fairly thick. But if you don't want something that's as heavily scented as the In Beauty Project ones, the Dior one I think is the best bet. I do not find that the Summer Fridays was in any kind of way a dupe for this, because this is like a lip butter balm, and this is a true lip oil. Moving right along, let's talk Tower 28. So Tower 28 released this little holiday set that you can see here. Retails for $20 and it's a $32 value. You get one limited edition scent in here, and it's Sugar Plum, which is this shade right here. Now this says that's only available in store. However, it keeps coming in and out of stock, like to purchase online. Don't forget that Kohl's also carries Sephora. And so I got mine from Kohl's and I was able to order it online. Basically, these are tiny. I think that they're fairly priced at 20 bucks for, you get 4 of them. I really do like this formula. I find it comparable to the Summer Fridays. However, these are a lot more pigmented. So here is Sugar Plum, and this is about its size. And for reference, I'm gonna hold up a full size of these so that you can see. Basically, each one of these has 0.17 ounces of product in it. Here is the full size in Confetti Cake, and the full size has 0.38 ounces. So you get to try a brand new color, and you get like 3 other ones. So I think these are, you're probably gonna get through these. It's manageable, right? For some of us who don't wear a lot of makeup. They are scented, and I find these to be just a little bit heavier scented than the Summer Fridays. So for example, Sugar Plum, which is the new color, it smells exactly like a sugar plum, really. I think that this has been the only scent that people claim, like, you know, you get a lot of like body care brands and beauty brands are like, oh, sugar plum fairy, but they never really smell like Sugar Plum Fairy. And I think Tower 28 really did a good job with this. So here is the color, and the Tower 28 ones are more pigmented than the Summer Fridays. So you are gonna get a little bit more color with the Tower 28 lip softies than you are with the Summer Fridays. So that's what you have to consider. The only reason I'm mentioning this particular product is because this I've only seen at Sephora. If you can get this on the Tower 28 website and it's not sold out, go ahead and wait for a sale with them, because they usually give you 28% off. So you can get a little bit of a better deal through the Tower 28 website. Next up, let's talk Too Faced. Too Faced released this beautiful Apple in Love palette this fall holiday season, and actually it was their fall drop, not their holiday drop. This, although it says it smells like caramel apples, this does not smell like, it's missing the apple. It definitely smells like caramel. But the scent is a lot more faint than what we are used to. The packaging is stunning. The stems and the Too Faced logo is like in this gold, metallic gold finish. The leaves are these green gems, and they just did a beautiful job. This gives me, like I said in my other video, this gives me pure nostalgic memories of when Too Faced was Too Faced, you know? The scent is really mild. I think that's, you know, positive. You know, a lot of people were very sensitive to the heavy scents from their palettes, but I think this color story is beautiful. These chunkier shimmery shades, for those of you who haven't watched my previous video, you can apply with a brush or your finger. You don't get fallout, which I was really impressed by. Really impressed. But I think this color story is absolutely beautiful. It's different. You get a little bit of greens, you got a little bit of berries, a little bit of reds, golds, nudes, pinks, champagnes, some of your browns in there, plums. So I feel like this is a palette where you just get a little bit of everything. And I in the 2 times I've used it, I have really enjoyed this palette. So if you have been holding out for Too Faced and have been waiting for, you know, their roots, for them to remember their roots and come back to us, highly recommend this palette. Next up, I want to talk about the Kosas blushes. I recently did do like a first impressions demo in my previous video, and this set is absolutely the cutest thing I've ever seen. The blushes are very pigmented. It's a clean beauty brand, no scent, and the colors in here are absolutely stunning. You have Butterfly, Euphoria, and Blissed. And for somebody who has a larger, you know, makeup collection, I really enjoyed that these were minis. Had these been full sizes, I would not have bought it. I was so happy these were minis. They're just big enough. I feel like they're doable. You're still getting a lot of product in here, and I feel like it's something you'll actually use. So for reference, each one of these brings 0.07 ounces, and just the colors, I was just double checking that they were unscented, because there are some clean beauty brands here that claim to not have scent in them, but they do. This, so good. So good. Highly recommend these. I've already used them twice and I love them. They blend out super easily. They are pigmented, so a little bit goes a long way, but I absolutely love the colors. This butterfly color that's like this cool tone pink, I really love it because it really brightens my complexion. I would have to say Euphoria is my favorite color out of all of these, again because it's like a purpley mauve-y situation. All right, next up I want to talk about Touchland. So I have been using these hand sanitizers. This particular set I got from Ulta. Ulta was the first one to receive these scents, and I actually ended up using one of my coupons to buy it. Cute little holiday set, I know. But Sephora also carries these scents, and I think they did a pretty good job at really nailing kind of like these scents without them being too strong. Like, this is not going to be a Bath and Body Works hand sanitizer situation, okay? These are little sprays. They have clean ingredients, and they are limited edition scents for the fall. So I mean, and the holiday season, because this one, the red one, is peppermint mocha. They don't leave your hands sticky, and the scent is very faint. They don't dry out your hands. So these are, we all know these are pricey. Like, this is pricey for a hand sanitizer. So if you can get 20% off, go for it. And then you invest in like the scents that are not part of their core line. So it's something different, you know? Next, I want to talk about the Salt and Stone deodorant gel. The one that I have is Santal Vetiver, and I hauled this several months ago. And Salt and Stone is also a clean beauty brand. I have been on a very long clean deodorant journey. Most of them do not work for me. The native spray ones are like the only ones that have worked the best for me. This one I actually love, and I find this to be a unisex scent. I feel like my husband and I can both wear this. I love this. It goes on clear. I need a clear gel. There's nothing more that irks me than having my deodorant stain my clothes in the armpit area. We all know. If you know, you know. Or stain my clothes when I'm putting them on. I need a clear deodorant no matter what. And this is great. I find that it lasts in my office setting. I work in an office, okay? So I'm not like running around outside or anything like that. But I have tested this in the dead heat of summer. So In an office setting, I can get about a 5 to 6 hour wear of this, and then I can like reapply a little bit, but that's all I need really. Honestly, it's not like my armpits smell. I just can't smell this anymore. Does that make sense? So the scent of this will last about 5 or 6 hours. In the heat of Florida, I will get about maybe a 4 hour wear where I just feel like this isn't working anymore, and now my pits kind of start to have a little stench. So out of all the ones that I have tried, Native and this one, Native, I'm talking about the spray one, not their stick form, okay? I really like this. I find the scents from Salt and Stone though to be a lot nicer than the Native ones. But yes, I know you guys have asked, some of you have asked me about this deodorant, and they have currently a little set of like 4 deodorants at a discounted price. So if you can tack a 20% off on top of that and give these a try, why not? Because you know, they're not the cheapest. But one of these full-size sticks gives you 2.6 ounce. And that's my take on this. I have been really enjoying that. Let's talk Henry Rose. Given that these are part of the sale, they are not always part of the Sephora sale. They are never part of any kind of Nordstrom sale either. So just gonna put this out there in case you can get 20% off of this, okay? Queens and Monsters or Windows Down. If I find Windows Down to have like a bergamot, I'm gonna put all the notes on the screen, but I find this to be like an all year round fragrance, very sophisticated, just pleasant, unique, very work appropriate as well. But you guys know that I love the Henry Rose fragrances. I own almost every single one. This, like, the lasting power of these fragrances are just as good as like a Tom Ford type of you know, fragrance, where I would set up Henry Rose to bat against any luxury beauty fragrance. I just love the fragrances, and the lasting power is there. If you're looking for something a little bit more seductive, a little bit more mysterious, I would go with Queens and Monsters. Some people say this is more like a fall scent. I just find this to be like a more mysterious date night kind of scent, and I absolutely just love all the fragrances and all the scents from this line. Worst case scenario, if they are not, you know, part of the Sephora sale, you guys know I have an affiliate link that I will link at the bottom of this video, and you can get $10 off of your order. I know it's not a lot, but you know, something is something, in case they're not part of the sale. Next up, let's talk Necessaire. The Necessaire body wash. This is bergamot. Any of their body washes, I've used them all. They're so good. I love it. Another clean beauty brand. It's kind of like a little spa in the shower. Like, I feel like their scents are very spa-like. The scents are very faint, barely there, just like an essence in the air. Doesn't dry your skin out. I have combination to oily skin on my body, mostly oily, and this does a good job at cleansing and cutting through my oils and giving me a fresh, clean, you know, situation without drying out my skin. What I find is a lot of clean body brands don't really do much for my oils. Like, they can't really cut through the oils of my skin, so I don't ever feel like clean, you know? So I really do love this, and their body lotion, which I don't have here now. I have it in my bathroom. I forgot it. I'm sorry, but I've shown it to you guys 1,000 times on my channel. Their body lotion is unmatched. Okay, it's unmatched. Unmatched. I almost wish that they would make a travel version of their body lotion so I could have it in my purse, because I actually prefer their body lotion over their hand cream. Anyways, let's talk Westman, Miss Gucci Westman, shall we? So there are 2 holiday sets out, and I feel like the best deal you're gonna get is this little petite set. I think we can all agree on that. I have done about 70 different types of comparison videos with this blush and this highlighting stick in here. It's called the Petite Fête Edition. This is already a discounted trio, and you can tack on 20%. The vessels, everything's fine, everything's fine. The vessels are gorgeous, very cute holiday colors, yet sophisticated. I know I've gotten this question several times because I know people are used to like this kind of packaging from her like lipstick trio, which is like this hard cardboard magnetic situation, and that's not this. This is just like a little cardboard box, which in my opinion is a little flimsy for what, you know, for a luxury clean beauty brand. But the products are magnificent. Magnificent. I love everything in here. This is the new mascara, not the original mascara. This is the one that I like, which is the I Want You mascara. You get it in a mini size in the color black, because she also has this mascara in the color brown. But you get black in this set. You get the new blush shade in Bubble, which the minis are not magnetic like her full-size vessels. This is a shimmery blush, but you guys know I don't like shimmery blushes because it accentuates like the pores on my face. The shimmer on this is very subtle, very much Gucci. I absolutely love this color. It is the perfect cool toned plum shade. You guys, this is right up my alley. So much so that Credo Beauty just had like a friends and family sale. I bought another one of these sets because I wanted this blush, and it's exclusive to this set. This is a new shade. I don't know if she'll be releasing it sometime next year, but I'm still waiting for the limited edition Petal lid up stick because I thought that she was gonna add that to her permanent line. But no, here we are. Here we are still waiting. So the other new color you get in here is a lid up stick in the color Toast. And this, if you don't like a sparkly highlight, this is not gonna be for you. But this one has chunkier glitters. It is a cool toned, tawny, pinky brown. And it's just stunning, but it is a lot more shimmery and sparkly than all her other shades. I'm sorry that the lighting is a little unstable, but today's kind of like a gloomy day. The sun comes in and out. Anyways, I think this set is really good if you want to try core products from the brand. This is it. Like, I think this is gonna be the best deal. Now, this little lipstick trio, you're not really getting a deal with the trio. Each of these lipsticks is, you know, 50 bucks. So, and this retails for $150. So you're not getting a deal with this set, but you are getting 2 brand new shades in here. To be fair, I picked this up because when the lipsticks launched, I bought PK, and so therefore I had none of these colors. The 2 colors I bought were PK and Rue. And so when this set came out, and I was like, Jereve is apparently the best-selling color. I didn't have that. And then you get 2 new shades, Fluffy and Dash. So this was a no-brainer for me. Also, the vessels, the color of the vessels are exclusive to this set. For those of you who don't know, these lipstick vessels are refillable, even though we don't have the refillable lipsticks yet. We're just gonna leave that there because it tends to be a slightly sore subject on this channel. But all of the people who've been following me for a long time, you guys understand. So this is what we assume the refills are obviously gonna look like. It's magnetic, it comes out of the vessels, and voila, you have you know, these refillable vessels. So for me, it was a no-brainer. I wanted to have these new colors of vessels for whenever her lipstick refills come out, but you can also mix and match. So you can like, you know, kind of put the green one in here, you know what I mean? You can mix match them. It's super cute. So you get this like pink shade, which is like a very pastel pink. Let me just swatch it. I have swatched this 1,000 times in my shorts. I'm just doing this for the newcomers. But some people did not like this shade. They said it gave them like a chalky vibe. And I can see that. I can see that looking a bit chalky on certain skin tones. I did not get the chalky effect. But do keep that in mind. Jarev, I think, is a stunning color. I feel like it's the pink version of Piqué. It is definitely a deeper rosewood kind of shade. Her lipsticks are very pigmented and they are scented. Even though this is a clean beauty brand and there isn't actually scent, like there isn't actually like, I'm sorry, fragrance in these lipsticks. It's just a particular ingredient, which I forget the name of, has a smell. And so that's what these lipsticks smell like. It has a kind of like a like vanilla kind of florally kind of scent. So Dash is the other shade that's brand new, and it's just, you know, the perfect bright holiday red. Very pigmented, kind of hard to get a wash of color with these, so you definitely get a lot of color and pigmentation with these. Now, I personally don't find these to be drying. They wear very well, but some people who live in drier climates, because see, I live in Florida, it's very humid here. So I always like to mention that because I think that that's super important when somebody asks you, oh, well, is the product drying? Take what I say with a grain of salt. I live in a very humid climate, so kind of like very few things are gonna be drying, you know? And especially that I have combination to oily skin. So I didn't find these to be drying, but I did hear from a lot of my subscribers that do live in drier climates and do have like normal to dry skin tones. They said that these lipsticks were pretty drying on them and they had to return them. So you make that decision, okay? But I'm giving you the facts, all right? Let's talk Merit. The first thing I wanna talk about is Merit's lipstick trio. This I feel like is a no-brainer. This little, it's like an ornament, you know, this little tab here is like felt. It's so cute. All the lipsticks in here are brand new shades, and one of them is actually a brand new finish, which would be this champagne looking vessel in Du Jour or Du Jour, I don't know, you know, I don't know French, I try my best, but it's basically like a moussey kind of finish. It's for people who really just truly love a wash of color. It's not as pigmented as the signature lip or the matte lip, and it has like a moussey consistency and a matte satin balmy, I don't know, it's like in between all those finishes. So you can see it's very light in pigmentation, but without it being patchy. And it doesn't settle into fine lines. It doesn't accumulate on the side of the mouth. You know, some lip products do that. I can't stand that. I really love this. I really cannot wait for them to launch like the full line of this, because you know it's coming. That's it. They've let you know. They've let you know this, we're working on this. With this set, you get a matte lipstick in here in a brand new shade as well, called Black Tie. I recently used this in my previous video where I used the Apple in Love eyeshadow palette. This was the lipstick I chose to wear. Now, with their matte lipsticks and their signature lipsticks, contrary to the Westman Atelier ones, they are not scented. They have 0 scent. They are not refillable, but you do have the option to have a wash of color, or you can build it up to, for example, the same opacity as the Westman Atelier. So if you like to have options, there you go. I find these also to be a little bit more moisturizing than the Westman Atelier ones. So not that the Westman Atelier ones dry out my lips, I just find that like these matte lipsticks have a higher moisture level that I can feel on the lips, but yet they're matte. I think they just nailed that formula. And then their signature lipstick, which, you know, the Merit lipsticks are my favorite lipsticks. For those of you who don't know, Merit is a clean beauty brand. They launched a new color called Bespoke, and I'm gonna swatch this here for you guys. This is a satin finish lipstick, but man, the shades in this line are just stunning. So you have this, I find it to be a pinky brown type of shade. So you can see it right there. So it says it's a satin finish, but it kind of has a little bit of shine to it. Like it almost looks creamy, but it's not. It's beautiful. Bespoke is a stunning shade. I think that this is a shade for those of us who want a color that can take us between fall and winter. So it's definitely a transitional shade. Again, I found this set to be perfectly curated and very well thought out, and super excited that all of them are brand new shades, which makes it worth it. This is already discounted as a set, so you can actually get 20% off on top of that if you are a Rouge member. Next, I want to move on to Merit's skincare. So we have the Great Skin Serum here. This is a brand new bottle that I bought as a gift that I'm not going to say who it's for because this person watches my channel, and so I don't want to give away what their Christmas gift, one of their Christmas gifts. So we have the moisturizer and we have the serum. These are two products that I'm usually never without in my skincare routine. I tend to use the serum kind of in the drier months, you know, fall, winter. And then I do prefer using just the moisturizer all year round, but especially during the hotter months, like summer. So it says that this is a priming moisturizer, so you know it's gonna do both things. This says that the finish is like a cashmere finish. I have to absolutely agree. It doesn't leave like a mattifying finish, but you're also not glowing. It's almost like, this is the best way I've ever been able to describe it. Have you ever seen like a toddler's, like their skin, like the actual finish of their skin? It's very smooth, but it's like perfectly balanced. Does that make sense? So I think that their description of like cashmere skin, I think was the best way they could describe it. But that's what this moisturizer does. It's very good. And I have combination to oily skin, and this is perfect for me. And I have heard from people who have dry skin types that this has actually been moisturizing throughout the day. So for those of you who just want like a one and done skincare product, I think the serum will just do it all for you. Especially for those of you who have dry skin. So I find people who have dry to normal skin to just prefer, like people who don't want to have multi-step skincare routines, they prefer the serum. But both of these products are amazing. So I highly recommend you can try at least one of them. Next up, let's talk Olaplex. I like their number 3 and their number 6. I use the number 3 and the number 6 in the same way. I use them as like a leave-in conditioner situation because I don't wear mousse or gel in my hair. I just wash my hair. I usually let it air dry, or I'll use my Dyson to dry it depending on how much time I have. But this does a really good job at protecting from split ends, helping with frizz in this humid climate that I live in. And so there's that. I'm actually not done with Merit, so I'm not really sure why I decided to cut and just randomly talk about Olaplex. But anyways, that's the only Olaplex product that I have. Three products here that I'm gonna recommend. Eyebrows. If you're looking for a really fine brow pencil, I recommend the Merit one. It is really, really, really thin. And if you're looking for a thicker pencil, I recommend the Kosas one. The Westman Atelier one is good, but I find it to be like a little too thick, you know? And the shade, I'm currently like trying a new shade right now. The shade doesn't always vibe with me, so we'll see if this new shade I'm using is gonna be better. But for the purposes of this video, either the Merit brow pencil or the Kosas. I use medium brown in Kosas, and for the Merit one, I use light brown. Their brow gel is awesome. Again, I use medium brown in their brow gel. The spoolie is perfect for my thick, brow gel. My thick brow hairs. I love this. This is not gonna give you a crunchy brow. It will disperse the color just enough where it's not too much, but also not too little. I think, again, they did a really good job formulating the brow gel. The star of the show is the complexion stick. I love their complexion stick. This particular color is Ecru. I personally love this. I think it it just wears so well. You can use this as concealer or foundation. I use it as both because you can use it as both, but it's absolutely stunning. It does not give you a matte or dewy finish. It's like just right in between. It wears all day, doesn't crease. I just love this. I have repurchased this over and over and over again. And lastly, well, no, I have one more product. Lastly, I want to talk about the Merit Solo Shadows. The two colors I use the most is Studio, which according to my foundation shade, this is like my perfect one and done nude shade, and Social. I wear these two colors the most, which is like a purpley mauve. I'm actually wearing Social right now on my eyes, which is this one, this purpley mauve tone. I wear them as one and done shades. I actually have it layered with Glace, which was a limited edition, a shimmery color that they took out last year for the holidays that we've never seen again and we're all devastated about. But yes, these are the two colors that you can still buy, and I wear the most. They don't budge. They're gonna last all day. They're really, really good. I personally love them, and every time I wear, especially when I wear Social, I always get a lot of questions about this particular color. Lastly, let's talk about Merit's new fragrance launch. So granted, take what I'm saying with a grain of salt, but I want to mention this because I know a lot of you have been really curious. This fragrance is it's really strong, and it's pure elegance. This is like walking into like a really fancy hotel, boutique, or restaurant. This is it, guys, right here. It's a tiny bottle, only 1 ounce. It fits on the palm of your hand. This is the packaging right here. It has so many layers. I will put all the notes on here, but man, do I tell you, not only does this last all day, but even after I shower, I can still smell the remnants of this fragrance on my skin. It has so many layers. It has a beautiful color story, and this color story kind of reminds me of Coco by Coco Chanel. Not in scent, but in just like color story, like all the layers. I find that this has a really complex, long color story. At first, I smell a lot of pear and jasmine, and then that bergamot starts to kick in, and then it starts to slightly transition into like this mossy, kind of earthy kind of scent without it smelling like grass, you know? You know what I'm talking about. It's just perfect. They just executed this very well, and I think that I expect nothing less from the Merit line. And if you can get this for 20% off at Sephora, highly recommend. The bottle itself is very unique. It has this dent in here because, you know, like when you grab it, that's where your thumb would sit. I don't know. They just did just a beautiful job with this fragrance. And it's actually really strong. Really, really strong. It is, again, a clean fragrance, clean ingredients. If you're curious about it and you don't, you know, you want to get a deal on it to try something you've never smelled before, the Sephora sale's probably going to be your best bet. If you don't want to wait for the Sephora sale and you want to support this channel, I have an affiliate link in the description box if you want to use it. Oh my gosh, I almost forgot the Westman Atelier brushes. Look, I'm mentioning this because this was last year's set and they're mini versions of her full-size brushes. So this is what they look like. They had red ferrules. This year she took out an entire mini collection set with all of her brushes. I can only attest to these. The quality of these were just as good as her full-size brushes, okay? But these, like, her brand never goes on sale, right? Or never used to go on sale. So you have two choices here. You can either get 20% off the full line, which, by the way, this year the color story I find is a little bit more friendly, like crowd pleasing. Not everybody loved the red ferrules. I personally loved the red ferrules. I mean, hi, yes, I'm wearing red right now, but a lot of people didn't. So the color story of this year is kind of like this, you know, greens, pinks, light pinks like this, creamy tones. You can get it 20% off. Or last year we all about lost our minds because during Black Friday, she had a warehouse sale where like certain products were 50% off. We all know we've never seen Westman Atelier products discounted that much. And it was a warehouse sale she was having on her website. We don't know if that's gonna happen again this year. And so during that sale, the brush set was included. I don't know if A, there's gonna be a warehouse sale this year, or B, if the brushes are gonna be included in that sale. So it is a gamble. But the gamble is yours. I'm just talking about them because I love these brushes. Mine are dirty, obviously, because I use them a lot. I think they're great quality and they're really good. So you do you. You do you, but that completes this video. I've been talking way too much and I'm sorry for how long this video is, but every year is the same. I have to really think about what I'm gonna recommend during the sale because I feel like you can get a better deal. The Dr. Dennis Gross LED mask is another product I use all the time and I think it's worth every penny. But during Black Friday, you can actually get 25 to 30% off the Dr. Dennis website on that particular mask, which is why I never recommend it during the Sephora sale. However, if you have a gift card and you're gonna get it 20% off, and with that gift card, you're gonna get more than 25% off essentially on the mask, then you can look at it that way and just get it off the Sephora website if that's what you want, but I would just wait. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate your time. If you have any questions, leave them down below. Please don't forget to follow me on Instagram. That is the only other social media platform I am a part of. And see you next time, guys. Bye.